Good morning, good morning, good morning. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and you are breathing. Today is Thursday, September the 5th, 2024, and I would like to welcome you all to This is Just a Thought with Stephen Corner-Gay. Today's word of the day: assiduous, which means showing great care, attention, and effort. Assiduous. Hope everyone is enjoying that Thursday or will enjoy that Thursday. End of the week is almost here. End of the week is almost here. Well, for some of us, then some of us is not. Like me, you have to work half a day. Well, half a day on Saturday and you get the rest of the day and suddenly to yourself, it's still a win. Then there's those that have to go into work and grind all weekend. Sorry for ya. That's just the way the mop flops. That's just the way the mop flops. Hey, before I go any further, hit that like and subscribe button along with that bell icon also, so you can get notified when I drop these podcasts. Keep you in the loop. There's a lot of interesting topics we will be talking about and discussing, and I would hate for you guys to miss out on that. And also, get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about the topics I'm giving you. Are they good, bad, ugly, despicable, disgusting? Should I keep going? Shut up? Go sit down somewhere? Just get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. A lot of people have, few people have gotten in some previous podcasts and got in the comment section and let me know what they thought about what I was talking about. I've learned some things also. So, hey, that's always a plus. You always got to be open to learn. You always have to be open to criticism also. Unlike, man, so many of us in this world now, it seems it's like the first sign of someone not agreeing with what you say. It's open season to just start bashing and counseling. So, hey, like I always say, I'm pretty thick-skinned. I won't bite, not physically anyway, verbally. I may say something back. I mean, hey, we're all adults. We can all agree to disagree. No skin off my back if you don't believe or agree with any and everything I say. We're not supposed to, because we are our own individual being on this earth. Just all. So yeah, get in that comment section. Let me know what you guys think about these topics I'm talking about. And hit that like and subscribe button along with that bell icon. You'll get notified. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of interesting topics. We will be discussing. All right, let's move along here. Hey, man, the weather. Whoa, ho, 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 ho. Man, if you're in North Carolina or this part of the Eastern Seaboard, I believe it's South Carolina, maybe Georgia, maybe going up to Virginia. If you're in this part of the Eastern Seaboard, man, you are loving it, because I am. I got to tell you. Last week, the heat came back, and by Sunday was the last day of that heat. With a few little heat indices. I believe it was like a high 95, 97, heat indices 100 or whatever, what have you. But after that, Sunday evening, it started to cool down, and now the temps this week have been in the 80s to the low 70s with no rain. You heard me right. September came in with a bang, I gotta say. Is this an indication of an early fall? Could be. Then again, like I always say, like I always tell you, this is the South. This is the South. Don't you dare put those shorts away and break out those jackets and sweaters. This is the South. But man, I've been enjoying these past few days. I gotta say, man, I step out in the early morning to go to work, or get up or do whatever I gotta do. The temps are in the 60s to 50s. You heard me right again. Yes, they are. So it just feels lovely. I gotta admit, we've been under that we've been dealing with that heat so long, man, this summer. When these temperatures started to drop, boy, I just wanted to just sit outside and lay outside all day. If I could, I would. I'm just going to be honest with you. After that this July and August, where it really started in June, the past 3 months, this heat and this heat indices. Then we got the rain last month. This has been a summer of all summers, I gotta say. I'm still waiting to hear if they're going to say this is going to be the hottest summer on record or one of the hottest summers on records like they did last year, because while we're cool over here on the East Coast, on the West Coast, good goobity goop, they're getting hammered. Their temperatures in California and Arizona and even up into Seattle, Washington are 100 degrees plus. We're talking 105 to 110. Some places even got up to 118. I even heard in Seattle that, you know, those houses up there, if you think about it, they really don't need AC. I never thought about that. They really don't need AC. It's always raining. It's pretty mild and cool temperatures. But they're saying they're going to have a little bit of some problems with a lot of folks up there aren't used to the heat that they're getting. And those houses don't have AC. Hey, let's be honest with each other here. Those ceiling fans or box fans or stand-up fans or whatever, they can only do so much when that heat starts to come in. It just spreads the heat around. So folks in Seattle are struggling. All on that West Coast, California's getting hammered. Arizona's getting hammered. Wow. 105 plus days. Not heat indices. These are just the temps coming out the gate. Wow. And then down in Texas, they're getting hammered with flooding. May not be the hottest summer on record, but it certainly is one for weather patterns, I gotta say. Because I was reading somewhere up in, I want to say in a certain part of Colorado or maybe the Dakotas, it snowed. It actually snowed. It looked like a winter wonderland. Man, I said, wow, it may not be the hottest, but most definitely is going to be one for the record books as far as weather patterns goes, I gotta say. So pray for those folks out there on the West Coast. Especially those folks in Seattle, they ain't got that AC. They're not used to that up there in Seattle, Washington. No AC, 100-something degree day, man, I'll be going ape. Somebody would catch it. I'm just going to tell you, I'm one of those, when it's hot, I get real irritable. That's why I mainly keep to myself. I'm usually inside. And if I'm outside, it's for a very, very, very short period of time, because I know me and I know my tendencies and I know my what things push my button, and especially when it's hot or humid and I got to deal with the public and somebody somewhere is doing something crazy, I'm irritated and hot. So I pretty much stay inside when it gets that hot. But yeah, pray for those folks out there on the West Coast, and pray for those folks down there in Texas, because they, man, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I heard they were saying that the rainfall in Texas, that's been a record breaker also. You know, they had the heat earlier on, sometime last month, and now this month it looks like they're coming in with the rain. They're saying they had experienced a drought, just like very much a whole lot of states here in the United States this summer, but they're saying they made up for it in about a week. And it's, when I say they made up for it in about a week, that's not a good thing, because like I said, the flooding. The ground's been dry for all of these months. You dump all that rain on it, can't absorb it, water just rises. That's what has happened in Texas. A lot of swift water rescues going on down there. But yeah, for those folks out there on the West Coast, man, hey, if I got anybody listening from the West Coast, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Put on that sunscreen, put a hat on your head, and limit your time outside. And of course, and as always, recognize the signs of heat exhaustion or heat stroke. And check on the elderly. We know how they do. We know how they do. I jokingly said that they put those fans, they won't turn no AC on. Man, it runs neck and neck with those folks up there in Seattle. They have no need for AC. So check in on the elderly. Make sure folks are doing all right. And if you're outside working with somebody, working beside someone, glance over at them from time to time and make sure they ain't falling out on you or stroking out. Because this heat, if it's anything like what we experienced back here in June, July, and August, Man, check in on your folks. But I believe that heat out there, I believe it's a different heat. It's like desert heat. Um, sometimes some years ago, I did have a chance. I visited Haifa, Israel, and I could tell the difference between the humid heat that I'm used to being from the south and the desert heat. Just at first glance, or just stepping out, you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, this is pretty nice, pretty mild." Ooh. But that desert heat, it will grab you. Will grab you. It will grab you. So check in on your folks. Check in on your peeps. Make sure they are doing okay. And as always, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Drink that water. Drink that water. Get that Gatorade in you. Get the Pedialyte. Yeah, drink Pedialyte. You grow. Drink Pedialyte. You grow. You're an adult. Drink Pedialyte. Okay. But whatever the case may be man, hydrate. Get the electrolytes back into your body, into your system. All right, let's move along here, man. Hey, it's Thursday, like I said. It's time for some football. The NFL season officially kicks off tonight. Man, I've been fiending. I've been waiting. I've been anxiously anticipating some more football this weekend. Hey, like I said, I got to work half a day Saturday. I'll probably catch me some college football. But Sunday, oh Sunday, anyone that knows me knows that's my day for the NFL. And it is going to, I think it's going to be a pretty good season. I just do. So the NFL is coming back starting tonight. It officially kicks off with the returning, defending Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes versus the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson. The Ravens, by the way, they have acquired during the offseason Derrick Henry. Many may say he's done. He's done for. He's washed up because he's coming back. You know, last year he didn't do that too well or good at all because he was injured. Got it, understand it. But Derrick Henry is just a beast. If you don't know who Derrick Henry is, he's one of those running backs. He's been gifted with the size, the power, the stamina, the endurance, and he just runs downhill all the time. Good luck trying to tackle him. Yeah, good luck trying to tackle that man boy amongst men. He's gotten older, and he may have slowed down a little bit, but we're going to see what he can do. I think he still has it. I really do think he still has it. So, like I said, it's the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens tonight. Will this be? Let's address the elephant in the room as far as the Baltimore Ravens goes. Will this be finally Lamar Jackson's year? Or is he going to choke? You know that big flop he did last year in the playoffs. Everybody had their money set, he was hyped up. Everybody was rooting and cheering for him. And he got into there and he choked. So is this his year? Is he finally going to figure it out? Because I got to be honest with you, if he doesn't get it this year, Baltimore Ravens' chances are slim to none. The time has come and passed. That ship has sailed. If he can't get it together this year, I think Baltimore is done for. He's a great quarterback. He is. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. In fact, it's always a joy to see him and Patrick Mahomes play against each other. Because you know you're going to get some highlights. You know you're going to get some good football playing. But Baltimore can't seem to figure it out. They do great during the year, get to the playoffs, first or second round. Then that's a wrap. They have to come back home or stay home. So we'll see what happens this year. And hey, like I said, the Kansas City Chiefs are the returning, defending Super Bowl champs. And if you're saying to yourself, oh, it's an easy win, if you think back to last year, first game of the season, they were returning also as the Super Bowl champs and they lost. You guys remember that? I do, because I ragged on him a little bit. Hey, so like I always say with the NFL, no pun intended, it's any given Sunday. No truer statement has ever been made. You never know who's going to win. I don't care who you are. I don't care how bad and ferocious you are. Never know what's going to happen. When you step on that field, it's anybody's game. So we'll see what happens tonight and tomorrow night. Also, man, hey, I almost forgot. Looks like it's going to be the Green Bay Packers versus the Philadelphia Eagles in Brazil. You know, the NFL is going international, trying to, quite possibly, it's been theorized, or it hasn't been theorized. Now we know flat out that the NFL is trying to expand. They want to get some international teams into the NFL, or perhaps broaden their brand, or come up with another football league for these international foreign countries. So right there in Brazil, Green Bay Packers are going to be playing the Philadelphia Eagles tomorrow in Brazil. Thought Brazil was extremely dangerous for anyone outside of their country, and it is. I'm not too sure. I feel safe in saying that I rest assured when I say this that I can guarantee you the NFL has already put the words out to both the players on both teams, the Green Bay Packers and Philadelphia Eagles. Don't take your outside of this hotel. That's how dangerous Brazil is. That's why I was so surprised when I heard that they were playing in Brazil. I was like, whoa, wow, that's a stretch. But if you want to broaden your horizon and broaden your brand, you got to go where you got to go. Get your name out there, I guess. So we'll see what happens, and we'll also see what Jordan Love. This is his second year. Old Karen Rodgers. He left a year or two ago. Jordan Love took up the helm, did pretty good. He got him. He got Green Bay knee deep in the playoffs last year, till they ran up against San Fran. So we'll see what happens with that. Jordan Love. And also, here's another one. I got to address the elephant in the room for the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts. Will this be his year? Will he figure it out, or will he choke like he did last year? Yeah, I said it. I know there's some Philly fans out there that don't like to talk about it, don't like to hear it. But if Jalen Hurts doesn't get himself together, Philly's chances are gone also. That ship has sailed also, right up there with the Baltimore Ravens. Damn good quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson. They are some good quarterbacks, but they just have a curse when it comes to the playoffs, because the regular season, they're firing on all cylinders. They're in it to win it, and they are winning, and they're hitting it. But get to the playoffs, it's a wrap. So we'll see what happens with that game tomorrow night between the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles down in Brazil. I wouldn't leave that hotel, fellas. Wouldn't leave that hotel, and I wouldn't open that damn hotel door to do. I knew it was somebody coming to get me to either practice, eat, or go to the game. I wouldn't leave that hotel if I was you guys. Never had the pleasure of going to Brazil, but I've most definitely heard and seen quite enough to know that might not be where I want to go. Although it is one of those places I wanted to go. I just do. I wanted to go during, what is that, Carnival. Beautiful women. But I think I'll just stay where I'm at, man. I just think I've heard too many stories. And there was one story here recently about a guy that went to Brazil, straight up and down, straight edge guy, one of those tech guys. And I forgot the title they labeled for these guys that jet set around the world and go to these foreign exotic countries to meet women. But this particular guy, he ended up in Brazil about a month or so ago, or maybe, no, this was about a month ago. I think it was last month, actually. Ended up in Brazil, ended up dead. Looking at surveillance footage, looking at his credit card information, yada, 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 rah, rah, rah. You know the rest. It involved a local female from Brazil. Still alleged, but it's called an ace and a spade. Just a setup. It was set up. Just was. So yeah, I think I'll stay out of Brazil. I don't think I'll stay my hind parts out of Brazil. All right, let's move along here, man. Sadly, sadly. Here we go again. Back down memory lane. Back down that damn rabbit hole. Um, we've already had, school has just started back. We've already had a school shooting. This time in Georgia. About an hour or so outside of Atlanta. A nice country town or suburban town or rural area, whatever you want to call it. 4 dead. I believe the last time I heard 9 or 10 were injured. There was 2 students and 2 teachers. One of the teachers died, of course, trying to protect his students. Wow. 14 years old with an assault rifle. Ended up in school first thing in the morning because the shooting happened yesterday morning about 10 something. Ended up in school with that assault rifle and killed 4 people, injured 9. 14 years old. I can say why what in the world, and I could stand on this soapbox and argue and rant and rave about parenting, about the gun violence, about gun control, about responsible gun ownership. But what is all that going to do? Because we continuously go back down this rabbit hole. With us as a society having to contend and look over our shoulders and worry about if we're going to get caught in something like this. Not, you send your kids to school. I just don't think it's sad to say and think that you actually have to sit there and wonder if that's going to be the last time you see your child. You're sending them to school. They're not out running the streets. You're sending them to school. And you actually have to put that thought in your mind, in your head. It's continuously there. Will this be the last time I see my child? Or am I going to get a text from my child like many other parents did yesterday that there's a shooter, I'm scared, I love you? Can you imagine that as a parent, receiving that text? First thing in the morning, you're at work, and you get that? That ain't just going to upset your day. That's going to upset your whole damn world. So that's the society we live in. That's the times we live in now. We now have to really consider and worry about sending our kids to school. So this 14-year-old went on this shooting rampage in high school. I believe they said down in this particular part of Georgia, they had been in school a month. Here in North Carolina, in this part of North Carolina, we only been, this is the 2nd week for us. So they've been in school a month. One eyewitness account says that he got up, he exited the class in a hurry. Probably thought, who's going to raise an eyebrow? Kid jumps up, exits the class. He's probably going to the bathroom, or he's probably goofing off or going to skip. Who cares? Tried to come back in moments later, but the door was locked. It's one of those new security things they have with these classrooms now in these schools. When you go out, it's locked automatically locks from the outside. Someone in the inside has to let you in. So I guess he was standing there trying to open the door. They realized what he had. He did make entry into someone's class some way, somehow. Maybe the teacher had the door open. Maybe it was one of those warm days. You remember that. And killed 2 students and shot 2 faculty members. Strange thing. And kind of a plot twist. I don't know if you can call it that. Last year, when he was 13, law enforcement officials received a notification somehow, some way, and it was traced back to him that they had someone online in an online gaming platform and said, and of course it was him. So the officers went to his house that they were saying they were going to shoot up a school. It was him. He said he was going to shoot up a school. Officers investigated, interviewed him and his father. Father admitted, hey, I got guns in the house, but he knows better. He knows he's not to touch it. They are locked up, secured. I would imagine investigators went in and looked and saw the guns were secured, took the father at his word, Why wouldn't he? He's a gun owner. He's a responsible gun owner. He has, I gather, he had all the licenses or whatever. He had the gun secured. They saw no credible threat. They probably thought to themselves, "Oh, this young cat's just online shooting off and running his mouth." And a year later, at 14, he opened fires inside the school. See, 14, I've been out of school a long time, but 14 years old, that's a ninth grader. When I first heard his age, I said to myself, "Oh, man, here we go with this bullying thing." And maybe it is because the details are still sketchy. They haven't came out and said why. They haven't given a motive for why he did what he did. I said, man, maybe he was bullied. I mean, we've all been in the ninth grade. We know how the ninth grade is. It can be a very stressful time. I myself can remember my ninth grade year. It was stressful as far as socially acceptance. We haven't even got to the academic side of it. Yeah. So yeah, I can remember what 19 was. I mean, excuse me, what 14 was like, and being in the ninth grade. Yeah, you're in a larger school setting. Folks don't know you. They will bully you, may even beat on you. It is what it is. It's life. I can honestly tell you from firsthand experience. Oh, I got mollywopped. I was the one being bullied. Yeah, I got bullied a lot. Didn't just start in high school. Started in elementary school. All the way up to about I'd say the ninth or 10th grade, about the middle of the ninth or 10th grade, when I finally decided, hey, I'm gonna stand up for myself. Enough is a damn enough. It stops, and it stopped because I finally stood up for myself. Unless things have changed, and maybe they have, I don't know. I'm not a 14-year-old kid anymore, so I don't know how this new bullying thing works. I know they do it online. I was always told, and I've always experienced that when someone starts mouthing off at you, you can take it for however long you can, but until you speak up or stand up for yourself, they're going to continue, and that's when they stop. Maybe this is the way that kids now are dealing with bullying. They're killing rather than fighting. Just seems odd to me. Like I said, still no word on why he did what he did. But at a bare minimum, after what I told you previously about, law enforcement officials showing up at the house with the guns, he carried, or let's just be honest with each other, he carried this grudge of whatever he had going on inside around for a whole year. As soon as he gets in school, a month into school, he follows through with his online gaming threat. I know folks are going to say, well, the police should have took it. It should have been credible. They should have took it seriously. But if they go out and investigate, and you got a father, who, a responsible father who's telling you, yeah, I do have guns. I have multiple guns, but they're locked up. He knows not to put his damn hands on it. And you go, and the officers go and investigate and look, and it's just like he says. And they talk to that kid. Maybe he had that good talk game. Like I said, he held it in for a year, and then he released it like this. State officials in Georgia are saying, by the way, he will be tried as an adult. As well, he should be. I know you're going to say his age. He's only 14. But he carried this around for a whole year. It's obvious now. We know. It wasn't just an online gaming threat. He wasn't online just bragging or bullying. He carried it around for a whole year. Premeditated. So yeah, he needs to be tried as an adult. If he spends the rest of his life incarcerated, I don't think Georgia has a death penalty. But if he spends the rest of his life incarcerated, let it be a lesson learned to him. Lesson learned. Just is. Pray for those folks down there in that part of Georgia. And pray for us all throughout these here United States and around the world even. When we're sending our kids off to school. They have to think about this. Have to even fathom the notion that this could happen to your child when they're supposed to be in one of the safest places outside of their home on this earth. School at one point in time was considered the safest place outside of home. And it is. It's supposed to be anyway. Is it not? Yeah. But is it? No, it's not. This is not the same school I left 30 some odd years ago. It's just not. Couldn't even fathom, couldn't even imagine having to go through this or deal with this. All right, I'm gonna cut this short. Man, I wanted to talk about, because this is September, like I said. If you know, September is, of course, Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Continuation with our men's health segment, my men's health segment with This Is Just a Thought. As always, hey, prostate cancer, I'll probably dive back into this tomorrow. Spoke a little longer than I wanted to about this school shooting. Very, 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 man, I have no words. Like I said, I would have never imagined that we would have this continual conversation about school shootings. But I'll come back tomorrow, and we're going to talk about prostate cancer and being aware, because September is, in addition to it being my birthday month, September the 20th, hint, hint, wink, wink. This is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. I even got on my little ribbon. I don't know if you guys can see it. It may not blend. It may blend in a little too well with this color shirt I got on, light blue. Light blue is the color for Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Me as a 50-year-old black male, because the numbers have came out and they're saying that for African-American males or black males, the numbers are high. They really can't figure out why the numbers are so high with prostate cancer in black males. I've got to be up on my game. Routine doctor's visits, screenings, being alert and aware of how my body is functioning. So I'll come back tomorrow and I'll talk to you guys about this. If you are over 50 and a black male, and you're under the mindset and impression that you don't need to go to no doctor's visits, or you don't need to go to no doctor, you know your body, you're fooling yourself. You can have something that can take you up out of here. You can have something that can be treated, or you can be managed, and you're refusing to go to the doctor. I get it, got it, understand. Like I've always said, when I do these men's health topics, when I do Men's Health Month in June, when I do Colon Cancer Awareness Month, I can't rightly remember what that is. But now I'm doing prostate cancer because that's Cancer Awareness Month, because this is September. I get it, got it, understand it, the distrust and disdain and the hesitancy with doctors for us as African Americans. But we got to know. We got to find out. These numbers, that we're losing too many fathers, brothers, sons, cousins, grandfathers. We're losing way too many to diseases or ailments that could be managed or treated by simply going to the doctor. That's the best way I can put it to you. I just can't. I have nothing else for you. So, like I said, I will be back tomorrow to talk about prostate cancer and Prostate Cancer Awareness Month for September. And if you know any male around my age or older, maybe even younger, because what they're saying is that they're finding out with a lot of these cancers in the mid 40s or early 40s. A lot of folks need to be aware of what's going on. A lot of men, need to be aware of what's going on with their body. And they aren't, and they're ignoring it. And they're ending up with these cancers and other ailments. So if you know any men out there that are of that mindset or of that impression, oh, I don't need to go to the doctor, grab them. If you got to beat them down and drag them, drag them. I don't care. Whatever the case, whatever you got to do, just do it. Whatever you have to do, just do it. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to skedaddle. I've been told to be fit. Hey, as always, hey, I want to thank you all for listening this morning and lending me your ears. Continue to like, support, share, get in that inbox. Let me know what you guys think about the topics I talked about today. What do you think about the NFL? It's back, baby. Not even going to tear into those Cowboys fans. It's coming. They're going to give me plenty of material. I already know what the Cowboy fans are going to do. I already know what the Cowboys are going to do. We all know. We know what the Cowboys are going to do. Not going to do that. Not going to do that. But let me know what you guys think about the start of the NFL. Are you as happy as I am? I know I am. I can only watch so much wrestling. It suits me, but to an extent. And also get in that comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this school shooting. Is tougher gun laws the answer? I mean, how much restriction can you put on someone about owning a gun or buying a gun? Is that really going to stop the shootings? I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. What do I know? What do I know? Get in that comment section. Let me know what you guys think about these latest episode of school shootings or gun violence anywhere for any reason. Let me know what you guys think. Is tougher gun laws the answer? More restrictions? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, and as always, hey, like I said, I want to thank you guys for listening. I'm going to get out of here and skedaddle. Hey, thank you for listening to This Is Just a Thought with Stephen Corner Gay. Amen.